Why do some people get so rattled when you talk about Jesus Christ?
Back off, freak!
I mean, I get it. Religion is a delicate topic. But it seems like I can talk about Buddha, Confucius, and the sun god Ra, and nobody freaks out too bad. But the minute I mention Jesus Christ, I get... You know what I think it is? I think people have a problem with Jesus claiming to be God, which he did a bunch of times, and every time he did it, they wanted to kill him. Remember, Jesus didn't claim to be a God or one of many gods. He claimed to be the one and only God of the universe. You know what that means? That means nobody else gets to be God. Not Buddha, not Confucius, not the sun god Ra, not me, and not you. And therein, I think, lies the problem. Because every one of us, whether you're a Christian or not, at the very core of our being, we don't like being told what to do.
Whatever.
We would like to rely on ourselves, our own intelligence. That's what smart people do. And the whole idea of someone calling themselves Lord resonates with the idea of lording over us. Like we're not smart enough to figure out things on our own. We're just dumb animals that need to be led around by the nose. The trouble is, that's not what it means, and that's not what Jesus wants. Think of it this way. Imagine you're working in the office on the 5th floor. You hear the fire alarm. You smell smoke. The sprinklers activate. A man you don't know comes bursting through the door and says, "There's a fire on the 1st floor. The stairwell is blocked. We've got to break the window and jump out. I think there's a net down there." How many of us would just take that guy's advice and throw ourselves out a 5-story window? I don't think so. We'd have to rely on ourselves. We'd have to verify everything that guy said, and we'd have to come to our own conclusion before we throw ourselves out a 5th-story window.
Ow.
But let's change one little tiny detail to that story. Instead of a guy that you don't know, it's a fireman in full gear. And not only that, you know this guy. His name is Nate Beckett. You served with him in Iraq. The guy is a decorated war hero. And he says, "Gentlemen, there's a fire on the 1st floor. The stairwell is blocked. We've put a net right off that ledge. We can break the window and jump out and we'll be safe. We've got about 90 seconds before this whole floor goes up in flames. Let's go." Okay, now how many of you think jumping out the window is a very good idea? Okay, what changed? The only thing that changed was the person delivering the message. Nate Beckett proved himself by his character and by his actions. We do what he says because it's the smart thing to do. We do what Jesus says because he proved himself by his character, by his actions, and his resurrection from the dead. Does the fireman come into the office with the idea of lording over us? Does he threaten to chop off our heads if we don't obey him? Neither does Jesus Christ. We obey Jesus because it's the intelligent thing to do. The office workers had 90 seconds to make a decision that would determine whether they lived or died. We have the brevity of this life to make a decision that will determine whether we live or die.